Hi, it's Carrie. In today's video, I want to walk you through the first week of my Advent of Searching Skills Advent calendar. And if you saw, it started last Sunday, December 1st, 2024. And I gave you some daily tips. Those were that you may need to use the advanced function to see your search history and your search details, to use the MESH, the medical subject heading database, to answer questions about MESH terms, use the journals section to answer questions about journals, and when in doubt, turn to the FAQs and user guide for tips on using field tags. As always, it's a good idea to create an account and log into that account for optimal searching. And at any point throughout the Advent of Searching Skills month, I welcome you to answer with a GIF. Now, as I've mentioned in the threads, everything has been in PubMed. Everything will continue to be in PubMed, and I know that's because everyone with internet access should be able to access PubMed. So that's my hope. And the skills gained throughout this month are going to be medical subject heading identification and evaluation, database content knowledge, like what's in PubMed, what are you looking at, using keywords to search, using field tags to search, being able to look up journals, being able to answer reference questions, using subsets, using filters, and using publication types. Day 1 of the Advent of Searching Skills asked you to look up a specific PubMed ID, that's a number that's going to get you right to a record, and then to look at the Cite button for APA style. So let me put that number here in the search box. That's really all we need to do. We're just going to put it right here in the search box. It doesn't need a tag. It doesn't need anything else. So that's the PMID. And that's going to get us right to this record. A secretly aging man who has no time to die, the specter of aging in the James Bond franchise, from June 2022 in the Journal of Aging Studies. And this is the PMID right here. This is how it was connected. That's how we found it. Here's the abstract. So it's about James Bond aging. And what I asked you to do here was look at the Cite button that's over here on the right hand side and to see if the APA style was correct. So you have options here. You have AMA, APA, MLA, NLM. I like APA. You might like another format. And the thing that needs to change here is that aging and studies needs to be capitalized. So the journal name needs to be capitalized. Also, sometimes if it doesn't look like a real page number and instead an electronic page number, I'll take that out. Or I'll go looking for page numbers in the reference somewhere. But other than capitalizing aging and studies, I think that's pretty correct. And of course, when you copy and paste it, you need to add a hanging indent and probably double space and change the font to be compliant with APA, American Psychological Association, 7th edition. So that's the answer to day 1. Day 2 asked us to discover what are the 3 components of PubMed. And that's because I see people saying that they searched Medline via PubMed or something that doesn't really make sense. The 3 components of PubMed, they're right here under About PubMed. So whenever you search PubMed, if you're not making any other limitations or filters, which you shouldn't be, you are searching Medline, you are searching PubMed Central, and you are searching the bookshelf. You're going to find some preprints in here as well. There is a filter for preprints when you search. I wouldn't recommend even bothering with it because it's probably good for you to see those preprints. So that was day 2. Day 3 asked, what is the one single reason you would ever use the free full text availability filter? Well, I'm just going to put James Bond in here. Get 37 results. Over here we'll see some filters, and we also see additional filters, so we could look at what's available there. But a lot of people I've noticed will say, I did a search for my literature review and I limited to free full text. There's zero reason to ever limit to free full text unless you are an independent researcher working without an institution or organization, and you have no library access whatsoever. So this is not a good filter to use. It's only taking you to things that are open access, public access, and if you have a library, you're going to have access to more than that. So I don't recommend using this filter ever. Day 4, ask us to use the systematic review subset in PubMed to locate recent systematic reviews on caffeine and sleep and link to the most recent systematic review. So here I am on the home page, and it's as easy as this: systematic subset. That's how I call it, a systematic subset. There is one other way to do it, and the keywords I provided here were caffeine and sleep. That's all you need to do. The default boolean is systematic and caffeine and sleep. And if we look at most recent, because yours might be sorted by best match or publication date or first author or journal, we want most recent, and that is going to be this one right here. Does caffeine supplementation affect sleep in athletes? A systematic review of 9 randomized controlled trials. So as of December 5th, 2024, that was the answer to day 4. Next we have day 5, which asked us to locate the mesh term for anxiety in the mesh database and note the mesh terms that are narrower than anxiety. And I asked you if all of these are automatically being searched when you search with anxiety mesh. The answer to that is here in the mesh database and under anxiety. There's lots of different kinds of anxiety, but we want to see how it's organized. I asked about the hierarchy. We're going to go into anxiety, and we're going to look at the hierarchy here. So broader than anxiety, emotions. Narrower than anxiety, castration anxiety, choro, catastrophization, kinesiophobia, dental anxiety, performance anxiety, and test anxiety. And the answer is, when we search with just mesh, anxiety, mesh, medical subject heading, yes, all of those are also being searched. So let's just go into one and let's look at the mesh terms here. This doesn't have anxiety as the broad mesh term, but in fact it has dental anxiety. So the answer is yes, those are all being searched. Would you want all of these to be searched? Probably not. And the answer to that is that you would say do not include mesh terms found below this term in the mesh hierarchy when you say add to search builder, which gives you a tag, mesh, : no explode. So it's just going to search anxiety. It's not going to search the narrower terms. And then we click search PubMed. And we got 117,254 in comparison to the exploded term, 122,625. So we got more with the exploded term and fewer with the not exploded term. And that was the answer to day 6 of the Advent of Searching Skills calendar. I'm going to stop there for today. Next Friday, I'll do another wrap-up. I hope you're enjoying this. Thanks for participating. Happy searching, and I'll see you next time.